Breaking news tonight, a heartbreaking end to the days-long search for 6-year-old Faye Swetlik. Today, Cayce investigators confirmed her body was found, and they are treating this as a homicide investigation. Her family sharing this video with us earlier today, showing Faye singing, "You Are My Sunshine." Her grandmother tells us they would sing this song together every day. Her family describes her as a bubbly, happy child who loved to play outside.
This video shows some of the last moments Faye was seen alive. She got off her school bus Monday afternoon just before 3 o'clock. Then her family reported her missing around 5. On Tuesday, police expanded their search and called in additional resources, including the FBI. More than 100 law enforcement officers knocked on doors all through that neighborhood. And today, just hours after officials promised to leave no stone left unturned, they confirmed her body was found. But there are still many unanswered questions in this homicide.
At this time, no arrests have been made. You need to know that this is a fluid investigation and that we are working diligently on it.
A key piece of information released, though, during that news conference was a man's body was also found in the same neighborhood while they were looking for Faye, and they said there is no danger tonight to the public, but they said this investigation is just beginning. And the search for Faye has rattled the Cayce community and really the entire country who's kept up with it, all hoping for a much different outcome.
Fox Carolina's Brookley CROMER joining us live tonight in Cayce with the latest information.
Well, it's definitely a somber feeling here in this neighborhood tonight, and Churchill Heights was blocked off to the public up until just a couple hours ago, because we know that this investigation took a really tragic turn earlier today. Now, here behind me, you can see yellow crime scene tape is still blocking off a large area at the entrance of the neighborhood. Tonight, we've learned Faye's body was found around 11 o'clock this morning somewhere in this neighborhood, where she disappeared on Monday afternoon. Nearly 72 hours after Faye Swetlik went missing, investigators confirmed the worst.
It is with extremely heavy hearts that we are announcing that we have found the body that the coroner has identified as Faye Maureen Swetlik. We are now treating this case as a homicide. Neighbors like
GLORIA BREWER say they never believed something so tragic would hit so close to home.
Just complete heartbreaking. I cried. I sat and cried a while ago while watching the news. Cried over the fact that child lost her life.
Brewer has lived here more than 50 years. Her house sits just 2 streets away from the area Faye Swetlik disappeared.
Well, it's been terrible because people scared to let the children out the front doors. Well, it makes you scared being in the neighborhood. I got locks and doors and alarms and the whole 9 yards, but still you don't know who's out there. So it is a concern because you don't know who it was.
Law enforcement combed through the entire neighborhood while FBI agents knocked on doors and searched houses.
They wanted to come and check everything. I said, go right ahead. I just sat there and chair. They went back in the house. Can we go out? There's 2 sheds out there. Go check into them. They checked out the house. They took my tag number, which is fine.
But the search came to a tragic end.
Just go in and take care of a little young child like that. You know, I mean, it's heartbreaking, needless to say.
A heartbreaking end to a life filled with promise.
Hi, Mommy. Yes? Yes.
What's up?
I love you.
Now, an autopsy is scheduled for Saturday at MUSC in Charleston. Live in Cayce, Brookley CROMER, Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.
Well, Faye's school says they are devastated over her loss. They released a statement saying in part, quote, "We contacted you earlier this week to share with you some of the efforts here at school to support our students and staff. That support will be more important than ever in coming days as our community grieves the loss of this little girl. Our goal here at Springdale is to listen and to reassure our students and to keep the school day as normal as we possibly can during this difficult time." The school says they're keeping extra counselors on hand to help students grieve. We'll bring you continuing coverage on this investigation into Faye's death throughout our newscast this week. If we get any breaking news updates, we'll be sure to push those straight to your phone through our Fox Carolina News app.